What is up, everyone? It is Vincent from the Big Pro Wrestle Talk Network, your Big Pro Wrestle Talk champion. And today I am unboxing the entirety of Elite Series Legends 17. Let's jump into this. Yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen, I am here today with the entirety of Elite Legends Series 17, Shawn Michaels, or Dingo Warrior. That's inaccurate, it should be the Dingo Warrior, that's the Ultimate Warrior, that's the Dingo Warrior. Then we got AJ Styles from WCW and Ken Shamrock. Now, I'm going to look at each of these figures individually, we're going to dive into everything right now. And here's all the figures out of their packaging. Here, as you can see, Shawn Michaels, the Dingo Warrior, AJ Styles, and Ken Shamrock all with their goodies, their extra hands, extra heads, shirts, belts, you name it. At least one of the wrestlers has it. And I made this purposefully like this, so if you wanted to read each individual bio, you can go ahead and pause the video and do so now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to dive into each individual figure, starting off with Shawn Michaels. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we do see Shawn Michaels officially out of his packaging and all in his lonesome. And here you can see, starting off with the face, you do get that old school sunglasses like he used to wear back in the the 90s, I'm pretty sure, yes. I'm trying to think, it's been a while since I've looked up Shawn Michaels' career, but I feel like I should do that here soon. But as you can see here, Shawn Michaels looks just like in classic old Shawn Michaels. A lot of people are upset that this is not exactly a repaint from an older figure, but it is something very similar. The jacket is literally just a re-release, I'm pretty sure, but that's okay, you know? Everything needs an upgrade here and there. Double jointed arms compared to the old arms. And as you can see here, these do come with the sunglasses. I'm pretty sure the other figure did as well. I do not own that figure, so I am perfectly fine and dandy with this. It does have the jacket on here, as you can see, with the red and black zebra print. It does have some hearts and some zippers looking imaging there, and as you can see on the back it says, "I'm too sexy for this crowd," because you know he's the sexy boy Shawn Michaels, you know. But yeah, everything about this figure is pretty cool. They even got the chest hair on there. One thing that I do like about this, especially from looking at earlier reviews from MDT My Damn Toys earlier today, is the interchangeable hands have focus. Come on now, they have the sculpted on hands, so I could definitely put one of these on the Legends cane to replace that just painted up glove, because it literally looks just like this if you go back on any reviews. I haven't done a review on it, but anybody else who does reviews at My Damn Toys, Wrestling Hero Figs, anybody who does figure reviews, you can definitely see that these are literally just the same hands that is on that figure there, so we can definitely use that there down the line. But now, looking at the Shawn Michaels, as you can see, one thing I love about this, I don't like to get the jacket, when I go to take the jacket off, the hair sometimes hinders it when it's a long hair. Well, the best thing about these figures, heads come off, so it's easier to get these jackets off. And as you can see here, the jacket is now off of the Shawn Michaels figure, as you can see, and he has his nice painted on chest hair, pretty cool. I want to see Mattel go the Jack Smile and put actual hair on there one of these days here, as the great Kyle Peterson once said. But I just love this attire. I love everything about it. I don't know what exactly this attire's from, but because I watch wrestling, but was not around to see early Shawn Michaels' career. I was not around for that. I was born in 2002, so we have 20-year difference. I've only been alive for 20 of Shawn Michaels' late 20 years, because just turned 20. So, but yeah, that is Shawn Michaels. Like I did say, it comes with the sunglasses, comes with the two hands, comes with the jacket, and one awesome looking figure. Next up, as you can see here, we have the Dingo, the Ultimate Warrior. I call this the Dingo Warrior, even though this is labeled as the Ultimate Warrior, because people only know it as the Ultimate Warrior, of course, obviously. If you want to make it the Ultimate Warrior, you do in fact look at this head sculpt and you just put it on there. I don't know why they included paint that wouldn't match the attire, but that's okay. Mattel makes silly mistakes all the time. But looking closer into the Dingo Warrior here, as you can see, this beautiful head scan that Mattel has created is the TrueFX, of course. I forgot to mention that with Shawn Michaels' TrueFX technology. Who has a mustache like that nowadays? If you had a mustache like that back in the old days in wrestling, you were a bad mother effer. You know, like, you were one cool guy. Like, it's crazy. The face paint included, all the hair, everything, the tassels, everything is awesome about this figure. And diving into his accessories here is obviously, he has his mic holding hands, the classic mic holding hands. And also he has his hands where he, you know, if you want to feel the spirit of the Ultimate Warrior, like, oh, you know, kind of should be like that. And, you know what I mean. If you know, you know. If you don't, why are you watching this? Just kidding. But, yes, the Dingo Warrior, back before he was the Ultimate Warrior, here he was the Dingo Warrior. And you learn all about that in the Ultimate Warrior documentaries that have come out recently, and it's all a bunch of great stuff here. And now, but if you wanted to have the Ultimate Warrior for some reason, even though this face paint doesn't necessarily match the attire, all you do, you pop off the scan there. Oh, it's a bit of a tussle. Pop off that scan, and you just pop the Ultimate. Oh my gosh, good lord. It's kind of a struggle there, as you can see, to get that on there. Oh, wow. Doesn't even fit on there all the way perfectly, but if you want an Ultimate Warrior like that, me personally, I'm not going to keep this head scan on there. I'm going to put the Dingo Warrior head on there because this is the Dingo Warrior after all, and it matches the attire perfectly. But yes, this is if you want to have that Ultimate Warrior, you know, this is where you put the hands on. It's like, ah, you know. I know I just have the silly responses. But the Dingo Warrior head is going to do it for me, and we're going to keep that on there, and we are going to make this collection more of a warrior collection now. Gosh, why did I say that? But it's alright. Let's move on to the next wrestler. Before he was phenomenal in TNA, he was just plain old AJ Styles in the WCW Nitro television show before WWE bought it out and Vince McMahon destroyed his competition. Just when AJ Styles is just about to make his peak appearance in WCW, he made it on a few episodes of Nitro. He made it on, I'm pretty sure, Thunder. I don't know if he was on Nitro. I don't know for 100% sure. I'm pretty sure he was featured on a few episodes here and there. I don't think he was on the last episode. I don't know. It's been a while since I gotta go back on the Peacock and go watch that. Gotta go get my memory fixed up there. But as you can see, this AJ Styles figure, I think this is just their excuse to get the old school wrestling fans something to get excited about, the customizers something to get excited about, because they can definitely use this head scan on a custom TNA AJ Styles figure. I actually have a custom AJ Styles figure with a Jax TNA head sculpt on there. It's literally, I'm pretty sure, just the same thing, just a tad bit bigger, because, you know, Jax specific TNA figures, Jax specific, need I say more? But when looking at this figure, the attire is fantastic. I forgot to mention this on the Dingo Warrior figure, but that attire was fantastic. But the AJ Styles is very plain Jane, if you ask me, to be honest. I think this body sculpt, everything about this figure is perfect. I think, especially considering the time period, the late 90s, or the early 2000s, actually, because that's when WCW got bought out. Gosh, that's crazy. I'm a little bit, I think I'm younger than the than the WCW buyout by Vince McMahon. But if you want to see what this Nitro shirt looks like on the AJ Styles, you will see that right now. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Nitro shirt is in fact on the former, well, not so phenomenal yet, AJ Styles, as you can see here. I also did not mention, but he does come with the mic holding hands. I'm probably just going to keep, because I'm a display piece figure collector. I display all of my wrestling figures. I used to play with them when I was younger, but then, you know, I grew up and I said, oh, I'm going to keep buying toys, but I'm just going to put them on a shelf and not forget about them, because, you know, collectors keep on collecting. But yes, here it is with the Nitro shirt on, AJ Styles. Very underrated figure, I think, because now everybody's talking so much crap about it. I think this figure feels fantastic in the hands. It feels fantastic. It just looks good. It looks like as somebody who actually has gone back and watched AJ Styles, because I would do this on the network before it was even on Peacock. I would go to the WCW portion and I'd go watch AJ Styles. I think this was even before he was fully signed with the WWE yet, because he signed with 2016, and I watched the what's it called? The WrestleMania. Shoot, his first WrestleMania was 32. His first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 32. So every year before that, I would just kind of, you know, I don't know, I just was interested because I was young and I loved TNA. TNA was one of my favorite shows at the time. I was watching that, I think, more than I was WWE, but nobody can beat WWE. I'm sorry, AEW, they're good to me. I love it so much, but nothing can top what WWE does, because they're the WWE, for crying out loud. But however, Tony Khan rolls out the bills and he decides to buy out WWE, but we'll talk about that in another video another time. Now let's get to the final figure, and Ken Shamrock. And as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, here is Ken Shamrock, the final figure in the set. And as you can see here, he was sporting the Oval Intercontinental Championship, my favorite Intercontinental Championship design, my favorite title design of all championship belts in WWE history. I plan to do a video on my favorite wrestling, top 5 favorite wrestling belts in professional wrestling. Probably going to be a top 10. Not too sure here, but I do love this figure, this belt. This is the only, surprisingly, the only officially my first Oval Intercontinental Championship. I mean, I had one when I was a kid when Mattel first started, but I have brothers, you know, we wrestle around and yeah, stuff happens. However, but this is my first one, Intercontinental title. I noticed, because this is technically supposed to be based off the WWF, they took off the World Wrestling Entertainment, and because it probably would have said World Wrestling Federation. And also, I'm pretty sure there's an even trade here if my camera will focus. You can see it says the continents that are, there you go, North America, South America, WWE, and Australia. And then the Asia and Antarctica, Australia, Antarctica, that's Antarctica, not Australia. It has the Asia and Australia, and then Europe and Africa there. Pretty cool accessory. Another few accessories he comes with are some pointing hands. I'm interested in why he has pointing hands, because I know he point when he cut promos sometimes, but very interesting piece to include with this Ken Shamrock figure. Very interesting. And then you do get the classic Mike holding hands, as did every single other figure in this set. Mike holding hands are the pretty popular hand choice within this set, as they should be. I'm pretty sure every Mattel action figure should come with a pair of Mike holding hands and then a pair of fisted hands, so you can talk and then beat the crap out of your opponent right after. So now let's dive into the figure itself. Alrighty, and here you can see we have Ken Shamrock posed in his punching position. Oh, you know what? I just realized I do not have the chase version. I wish I had the chase version of this figure, because I love the blue attire a lot more than the green attire. However, this is a pretty decent figure. You know, one problem I did have at first was I also had this problem with the Dingo Warrior, but I didn't really say anything about it because everything else about the figure was good, and I didn't really want to hate. Was the shoulder joint here? As you can see, it's a bit, I don't know, it's interesting. As MDT put it, he does not like him. Like, I agree with him. The Bobby Lashley / Triple H style torsos with these new shoulder molds sometimes hinders the articulation and creates some sort of a different look within the figures. But I don't think it's too bad on my Ken Shamrock like it was his Ken Shamrock. It was a bit like that on my Dingo Warrior, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to get upset over it, because it's a display piece anyway. I'm not going to go off playing with him, so it doesn't really matter to me if it hinders the articulation. But as you can see, he is sporting his green trunks look, his green tights. It does have the shamrock in black with the background of gold. As you can see, he did come pre-packaged with the fisted hands, so he could punch his opponent, take him down one by one. And you know, Ken Shamrock, recent TNA Impact Hall of Famer. Will we see him go into the WWE Hall of Fame? I think so. I definitely 100% think that in the near future, Ken Shamrock, former Intercontinental Champion, definitely will be involved in the WWE Hall of Fame at some point here. But yes, here is the full-on Ken Shamrock action figure. I love it. I'm really happy I added this to my collection, as same with every single other figure in this set. But I wish I had the chase as well, because I feel like the chase, I love that bluish color. But I do love this figure. It's overall pretty good. I'm excited to just put it on my collection. This is my first Ken Shamrock action figure that I have. I did miss out on the early red attire Ken Shamrock figure, and I hope to continue to get Ken Shamrock figures in the near future. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is WWE Legends Series 17 Elite Collection here. And now what I'd like to do is rank these figures from my least favorite to my most favorite. And how I'm basing this off of is articulation, how the figure looks, and just overall hype around the figure for myself anyway. So, starting at the bottom, very unfortunate, because I firmly believe all these figures felt great in the hand, but the one problem that I know I told you guys I wouldn't talk about a lot, it's not Shawn Michaels, and it's not AJ Styles, and it's not Ken Shamrock. It is, in fact, the Dingo Warrior. He is going to be my least favorite in the set. However, still a fantastic figure. I definitely would recommend you go and buy it. But if we're just ranking the set itself here, I'm definitely going to put the Dingo Warrior next. And next up, I'm going to do is Shawn Michaels. Why? I feel like I could have gone with this figure not being in my collection. However, it's a good figure. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to doubt it for 1 second in my mind. It's still a fantastic figure. I definitely would recommend that people go buy it. But me personally, I just was not hyped for the figure, I guess. That's what I'm basing this one off of. Like, the figure feels great in the hand. All the figures felt great in the hand except for that Dingo Warrior with the one arm. But it's Shawn Michaels. Like, so we get a lot of Legend Shawn Michaels. We have the Ultimate Edition that just came out. We have so much that came out, you know, prior. We'll get plenty of more Shawn Michaels figures. Next up, a figure that I was actually very excited for, but this didn't exactly make my number one on this for the top 4, is going to be Ken Shamrock. Why? It's just a repaint. It's a repaint with the new articulation, and I just noticed this. Ooh, I might have to switch it. That is a loose shoulder. Ooh, Sean, I'm sorry, you're getting moved up. Oh, I wish I knew that beforehand. Ooh, I'm so sorry, Ken Shamrock, you have been moved down. Shawn Michaels is now my number 2. But that just leaves us with one figure that I was very excited to get, and I feel it did not disappoint. I don't know what all these other wrestling figure collectors are talking about when they said that they were left disappointed with this figure, but the phenomenal, well, pretty phenomenal AJ Styles is my favorite in the set, because first off, I don't think we have a Nitro shirt like this yet, and I think it's a pretty cool accessory piece, just to, you know, get a shirt out there in case you want to, like, put on a crowd piece, you want to put it on anybody in the crowd, anything like that. And also, you know, it's just a fantastic all around, you know. The articulation's great. I love the double jointed elbows. The head scan looks literally just like him. I was very hyped for this figure just because it looked like a TNA figure, or like the TNA AJ Styles, obviously, or the NWA TNA AJ Styles. And I just think that there's so much, like, if I definitely see this one in stores and then I see like another AJ Styles figure, like with all the newer stuff, I definitely would buy this figure, pop this head, put it on that, and call it a TNA figure, just because. Look at it. It literally looks just like him, even though it is like a reused scan, just with different hair piece, because there's not even a hair piece on there, it's just all sculpted. But it's just good. I love this figure. It's great in the hand. I don't know why it's so slept on by the entire, like, wrestling figure community. Like, I love it. And Ken Shamrock over there is staring at him because he's like, I know you did this. I should be number 1. But no, I genuinely, like, I was hyped for this figure. I genuinely was excited. And AJ Styles has always just been a phenomenal character for me, so I'm just happy to put this in my collection. And definitely, I would recommend, I'm pretty sure the sale is still going on, that's how I got these. They were on sale 50% off Target website, target.com. I will try to link it in the description below if I can, and if I didn't, I'm so sorry. I know I'm not the best at descriptions, but I thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, tap the bell so you never miss an upload, and be sure to tune in live on January 28th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, where I will be beginning a live wrestling watch along of the Royal Rumble 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Outro, let's go.